This week on Sailing Lady Africa, we finish up our head, start prepping the yacht for some paint, and start painting. We started prepping the yacht for some interior paint, which included a lot of sanding and vacuuming. So today we pretty much have just been sanding and getting her prepped so that we can start painting, because paint always makes you feel like you've at least accomplished something. So excited for that. We completed our head using some polyester resin mixed with cotton flocks and fumed silica.
So we've taken out the edge on both these sides and there, and now we're going to apply the thickened polyester in there.
This is the layout of our head, minus the basin we still need to buy. Ricky had done some fairing work to our bulkhead in our head.
So we've got the Vanity Base, whatever you want to call it in, and this is the piece that we showed you guys that we were making. So this is the piece that I showed you guys making, and I wasn't going to make it, and then Simone looks at me, she's like, but it would look better. So we've made it now, and all this is to close the crapper pipe so that you don't see it. Everyone might be thinking, oh, but you need access to it. There's an access hole underneath here. You go through there, you loosen 2 bolts on the toilet, and boop, the toilet pops out and it brings the hose with it, so you'll be able to access it. If something leaks, you'll be able to see it coming out through there, so if there's a problem you'll notice it through there. So what I do is I put it in place, take the Koki, mark it around, so now I know that's the area that I'm going to be bonding on. And once it's been marked, I know that to prep those surfaces, so I prep that really nicely. Going to sand it down nicely now and get it prepped, and then we'll epoxy it into place. What this also allowed me to do is, instead of me running my electrical conduit through that side, and I'm going to put it in a nice conduit, flex conduit, and run it all the way through here. Means I can now add the shower drain pump. I can add the pressure pump into here, and I can also add LED lighting if I want to do into the bathroom, like some soft LED lighting in the base here. So if you come in here at night and you just want to switch on just some soft lights, you can just see what's going on. You can also do that. And obviously it always looks cool. This baby's done. All we're going to do is sand it, and we're going to fit in the door and paint and lights and all of that.
We epoxied up everything in our head. All she needs now is sand and some primer.
So there's the shower in. I just finished doing like 4 hours worth of sanding. The shower seat, nice and solid. Has epoxy fillet on the edge. This side here, there's the vanity and the toilet enclosure area for the piping and that. Some access there for the cabling that's gonna go through there. There's the floor. So much space we've gained. That mark over there is actually where the old vanity used to be. New one all the way there. It's perfect, and that's give you a reference. That's the size of my hand, and there's the rest of it. So it's a good size vanity. A little bit of fairing on that bulkhead. Still need to sand down that side. I forgot about that. But yeah, can't wait to start getting some paint on hopefully next week. And Moses has been doing this side. Hey Moses. Have you been sanding? How's it looking here by you? Nice and smooth. Good job, Moses. Good job. Show you the rest of the boat. Sand is all over, so everything's out now. We're preparing to take paint. There's our little gas heater, water heater. And we're going to build that box to close up over here. So that's where the water heater is. And we're going to run a box straight down from there down. Because there's that little hole at the bottom, there's where those pipes feeding out. And they'll go up and put the mixing unit either over there or the mixing unit in there for the shower. Nice easy access, you can access it immediately. Back cabin's coming together. I closed those portions in the back. And the reason why I did that is because I want to run cabling and lighting and underwater lighting cables through there. That'll make it much easier to have that. These are the cabinets with the frames in. And we've started doing the edgings. Here's some more of the cabinets, and what we did is epoxied these trims so it actually looks like it came out of a one-piece mold like that. That's the hinges we decided on. Strong screws. Trunk with all the trims for the windows. There's that window trim that goes in the back here.
Ricky was showing me where our gym area on the yacht would be.
Everything's screwed and glued and epoxy.
The boat will be gone. It's like
Basil, Kim, Simon and David, 4 of our amazing subscribers, popped down to see what we were up to and treated us to a lovely lunch. It was great meeting them. It was World Ocean Day and a local restaurant organized a beach cleanup. Ricky, Carrie, my cousin, and I spent the Saturday morning cleaning up the beach and keeping our oceans safe and clean. Oh, it's lottery tickets.
Did we win?
No.
See if it's my lucky numbers.
Oh, you still can choose.
So he hasn't paid for it.
No, he hasn't paid for it. He'll probably just sell it.
Won't help.
So we're sitting on the beach. Ricky's having his boerewors roll.
A boerewors roll.
What is a boerewors roll?
It's a sausage roll, South African sausage roll. Only South Africa.
And we're just chilling, enjoying the sun and each other's company.
That's our jet skis.
Babes, what are we doing?
Chummy, we're gonna watch a movie.
What movie are we watching?
Jurassic. It's our off day. And we just got off the beach. We had to take a Jeep that was stuck because the guy, instead of taking his Jeep Wrangler, takes this non-4x4 Jeep.
So Ricky found his favorite hot sauce in South Africa.
I had this stuff when I was in the States and it's pretty good. And this is the first Mexican restaurant we ever go to in South Africa and I found this stuff. Amen.
Man, top the teal.
Smells good.
The weekend was over and I was back to the boat and prepping her up for some paint. So Ricky's here behind me, taping up the windows
Why am I taping the windows?
so that when you spray it doesn't get on the part that we have sanded already,
Why?
because we need that to attach our frames on.
Because we're gonna epoxy our frame.
Exactly.
You see? Thank you for
Just
stating
see?
the obvious, ma'am.
You're welcome. So excited to paint, honey?
Am I excited to paint?
Yeah.
Yeah, once it's all prepped. Clean it down, so we're giving it a soapy wash. Alles is clean. And now we're gonna go acetone it down and then paint prep it, and then we'll shoot primer again, and then we'll shoot texture coat where we want texture coat, and we will shoot a one coat to top coat. Ooh.
And then
So
it's gonna be nice and white.
Yeah, so we started off, we used the air compressor and blew all the dust off, and then we did a warm water soap wash, everything cleaned off, and now we're doing the final one, which is the acetone, rub down for any grease in there before we shoot some paint.
It was time to start priming. Most of the port forward cabin had epoxy primer already applied, so it was just some small touch-ups that needed to be made. We decided to see how the stone chip would look on a large surface, and let's say we fell in love. Stone chip, if you were wondering, looks like an orange peel texture. We decided to add some stone chip texture paint to the inside of our cabinets as well. We both needed a morale boost, and what better than to stone chip the first area you see when you walk onto the boat. I had to tape up around the rest of our windows as a spray gun is not so forgiving. The spray gun was giving us some problems, so we moved to rolling the remainder of our epoxy primer on. Moses started sanding inside our saloon seating area hatches. And then we applied primer. So we have painted, primed most of the boats. Ricky and Moses are still busy inside there, priming up the boat, and we stone chipped one of the rooms that was already fully primed. It's looking good and we're excited, so we're just priming the rest of the boat, and then once she's cured, we will start stone chipping.
2 coats of epoxy on there, we'll put on another coat. Give it a fine sand, everything once over sand, and then we'll start putting the top coat on. Although this new epoxy that we got, the guy says there's an additive and we don't have to sand it on this epoxy. On the green epoxy that we put on the hull, that we have to sand. Otherwise it just peel off.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe below if you haven't already. Thanks to our incredible new patron Arthur Pryor. If you'd like to join our awesome patron family, a link is in the description below. Stay tuned till next week where we unbox our electronics.